The Youth Career Academy is one of 3 programs through Operation Genesis. I came up with this idea because I had a conversation with a bunch of teenagers 3 or 4 years ago about the Michael Brown situation and other police activity that was going on in the media. And none of them was happy with it, and they had a whole lot to say. So, quick question. And here I want you guys to be real, be honest about whatever it is that you feel, and don't knock nobody for their response, okay? So, I want to know, what do you guys feel about, how do you feel about the criminal justice system? And be honest.
People get shot right here too much. Shooting guns. Shooting people they don't know.
How do you do something about it, you know?
And so through that, the Youth Career Academy was formed, because I believe that the issues that they have with it, if they actually become a part of it, they can be the change that they want to see. Pursue a career centered around the criminal justice system, or understand the functionality of the criminal justice system.
Because they have all these other areas that we don't see behind the scenes. Like, half the person don't know that the police are on the border. I mean, because we don't see it. So therefore, the things we don't see, we don't know about.
It's a 6-week program where we take the kids through the entire legal system here in San Francisco.
It's not all about an arrest with me. It's not like, I'm out there trying to arrest somebody. It's not about that. It's about teaching someone. I'm here to obviously give back to the kids, but, show them the way too. Like, it's not all about the street life. You can obviously be a positive role model with the uniform on.
Yeah, keep holding up for this young man here, because he's got a good thing going with this program. He's got the full support of the department.
And he'll tell me, you can't breathe and it's sarin gas. So we need all the first responders, including firemen or paramedics, to go down there. They need to have their own oxygen with them.
And then the following week was actually the sheriff's department, where they actually went to county jail in San Bruno, where they got to see what it was like to work with inmates. There was no inmates, but a lot of the deputies dressed up as inmates, and they got to perform certain duties like be a part of the SWORD team, and they got in their riot gear and everything, and they got to go in and contain the person that was actually misbehaving.
Get off me! Get off me!
Tell them what to do. Leg restraints being handed to you. There you go.
Do this! Come on, can't let him listen! We gotta listen! Come on!
Get on the stomach. Don't get on the stomach.
He's gonna sit on his butt. That's called a passive alert.
And then they seen their K9 unit, bomb squad dog.
What county is this facility in?
San Mateo.
How many points are on the sheriff's star?
7.
What is the canine's name?
Nero.
What is the sheriff's name?
It doesn't matter whether you want to be an attorney or not today. But we do want you to have a mentor or somebody that you can connect with when you leave out of this room.
The path to being an attorney starts it's not particularly fair, but it's right at your age. There's a phrase thinking that every decision you make eliminates other decisions, right? Every time you make a decision, other possibilities fall by the wayside. Well, that's true of career, that what you want to do.
We get police reports all the time, but until we actually go to a crime scene and see for ourselves the area in which the crime took place, you can't really put the police report in perspective. And so that's one of the major reasons why we want to bring the kids to the crime scene, so that they can actually see and they can put themselves in the shoes of either the victim or the defendant. They actually received the fact pattern, they read it, they learned the different trial processes in which, they got to be able to create a direct examination. But in order to do that, they need to understand what questions they need to ask.
Pretty weird. Who comes back to get arrested, right? It's pretty weird, isn't it?
We have 7 minutes to do everything, for each one to do their direct, their cross, their open, and their close.
She has money when she goes into the store, and she was clearly distracted by her phone.
And then from there, we went to the DA's and public defender's office where they prepped for a mock trial, and then they actually got to perform in a mock trial.
In the case of People versus Ms. Rhonda Jones, we were discussing over the thought that if it looks like a thief and it acts like a thief, it must be a thief. By this we know Ms. Jones, she was wearing baggy clothing and also baggy jeans and sunglasses. But I'll get back to that later.
Because she was afraid, out of shock, she did hit her again. She could have continuously hit her, but she didn't, which means there's a reasonable amount of force to defend herself.
One more minute. 59, 58. The verdict. Will the defense team please rise, including Ms. Jones? Starting with count 1, shoplifting. We, the jury, find the defendant, Rhonda Jones, not guilty. Count 2, battery. We, the jury, find the defendant, Rhonda Jones, guilty.
That's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about it, because I see a lot of me growing up in the kids that I have the privilege of working with.
Find the defendant, Rhonda Jones, not guilty.
If I knew what I know now or had a mentor that I had when I got older, at their age I would have been way more successful and would have made better decisions in life. So I'm trying to provide that for them.
And if you don't pursue that, that's fine. But at least now you know, and you have a different perspective in terms of the criminal justice system. And there was changes that he made. You know how to go about making things like that.
I'd just like to thank all the agencies that's actually supported this program, and my hope is that they continue to support, because we're actually making a difference. And I think if we continue it, in a few years we'll see some of the kids that went through our program become officers or attorneys.